Today we are going to learn about how monkeys peel bananas. April Fools!
Hey everybody, it's me, Margaret, sitting outside again today. Very warm outside, and the pelicans used to be in big, huge groups, but lately we've only seen just a few at a time out here. So I had taken some pictures, I think it was Sunday afternoon, of this one pelican. He was all by himself. I don't know where his friends were, but I got tickled that a couple of my Instagram friends who were saying, "Oh, that's a grandmother. He needed a break from the kids." Somebody else just said he wanted to be alone. So yeah, it could have been. But now as I'm looking out, I see about 3 or 4 of them, and they're just all by themselves, just spending time alone. So I guess it's been a long journey and they're recuperating. So yeah, I have not gotten a whole lot done this week. I can whiz through it real quick because I do have something interesting to show. But first of all, I had talked last week about this little skinny headband that I used, Red Heart Unforgettable, on the Addy, and I thought it was too narrow. And I put these little flowers on it, and I think it's a little bit of overkill, but it's done, and I don't know. It's okay. It just looks like a little of overkill to me. And then this, I have a kitty sharpening her claws down there. This is called the New York Neck Warmer. It's crocheted, and it goes like this. Okay. You see right here, this is supposed to come down to a point like that. And you put the buttons, well, I just dropped it. You put the buttons on like that. See, on the side right here. But I can't decide what buttons to use. The buttons used in the picture were those leather buttons, you know, the big ones usually found on a man's camel hair blazer or something like that. And I really liked that, but I don't have those buttons, so I need to make a decision. You do, let's see if you can see this. There's a 1 stitch in between all of these. So technically it forms button holes, so you could actually make the buttons usable. But if you choose big like those buttons were, then you'd really be stretching your yarn. So I think if I choose the big ones, I'm going to be sewing them on for decoration. But I really liked this pattern. Free pattern on Ravelry called the New York Neck Warmer. Link in the description box. Now, I have to tell you that I had a wonderful birthday last week, and I had lots of shout outs on Instagram, and even Zoe shouted me out in her video and said happy birthday to me, which I greatly appreciated. We hosted 5 middle school boys from church all weekend long. So it wasn't exactly the most relaxing of birthdays, but I had a really good time. Got to know some of the boys that I didn't know as well, and all in all, it was a good time had by all. But, well, let me go back a little bit. Most people know by now that I'm buddies with Erin, Give Me Yarn 418, and we text a lot. And when she was in the middle of making these massive amounts of bags, she had taken a picture of the stack of fabric that she had and sent it to me, and it was like, whoa, it was overwhelming. But in that picture, I found this fabric that I loved and had to buy this bag. I thought that was so cute. So I bought this before she actually even made it. I got so excited about it. And then we were having a discussion another time about our favorite crochet hooks. And oh golly, I can't remember the name of the ones that she likes a lot that I had. They're gold with the handles on the side. And well, anyway, I am not too fond of those because of the shape of the head on there. And so she's not really fond of the Susan Bates, which is my favorite, so we're trading. So I sent her my money and the crochet hooks and said, whenever you finish the bag, that would be great. So I got a message not too long ago that she had put my bag and crochet hooks in the mail. So sure enough, it came yesterday, and it was much too heavy for a bag and some crochet hooks. Turns out it was full of birthday goodies. First of all, look at this. This is a canvas bag. It's a Laurel Birch who does these kitties. I should have gotten it. I have another smaller bag. It's probably about, this big. A blue bag that I just loved. A friend of mine had turned me on to this designer. And she picked these out, she and Kristen, because I have 2 kitties. Now, I wish my 2 kitties got along that well. They tolerate one another when they both want to sit in my lap at the same time. But let's see what's in it, and then I'll show you more about this bag. First of all, I got the crochet hooks. She sent a ton of crochet hooks, and she sent them in one of these little Notions bags. And look at the fabric. This is kind of a joke. There is a video that I did with my sister and good friend not too long ago. It had nothing to do with yarn. And we got off on the subject I just had to talk about, which was when people do not think about what they look like from behind when they're getting dressed. And so you have these horrible panty lines. Well, that just cracked Aaron and Kristen up. So they got me this lingerie fabric. Made one of the Notion bags. Now I'm going to have to brag on the Notion bag. Look at that. Isn't that cute? That little tab is like a measuring tape. And then this can be clipped inside, whatever, your bag. Usually there's a little place inside the bag with a tag that you could do it, or on the handle. So you can easily see it. I saw in one of her videos that she was suggesting if you went to knit night, you could put your keys here and clip them on there, which would be a good idea. And then you can see that it's filled with crochet hooks. These are all the Susan Bates, some with handles, some without. And I'm just thrilled to have those because those are my very favorites, with my handy dandy Notion bag. And of course it's made perfectly because everything Erin does is top of the line. Okay, now this is going to make you laugh. You know, I'm a new knitter, relatively new knitter. Never have knit socks. And I said I didn't want to because I didn't want to put them in my shoes. Look, it's a keychain. Wait, let me see if you can see it. See how it's a keychain? And you get your own little ball of sock yarn with the instructions on how to knit the little sock. Is that not adorable? And the keychain itself is a little sock blocker, like for that specific size, which is absolutely adorable. So I'm going to make a sock just after I said I wasn't going to do it, but we can show these off, can't we? Okay, then, because they can't do anything small, they are the present givers extraordinaire, I got yarn, of course. Now look how fun this is. It's called Toy Box Collection. This is Candy by Plymouth Yarn, and it's self-striping, of course. I mean, I say of course. You can guess that it might be, but she confirmed that it is, so I'm really excited about that. Happy yarn. I love happy colors. And look at this. Sock yarn, but look at the colors. It's all the nature hues, so to speak. Fall tones. Love that. Blues and greens. Yellow, red, maroon. Not red, maroon. Definitely. Absolutely beautiful. So this will be a sockhead hat that I can wear out in public and not stuff in my shoes. But wait, there's more. You may have picked up in my videos that I am what's known as a clean eater, meaning we don't do a lot of chemicals and processed foods and stuff like that. I'm also gluten-free. The doctor has put me on that, and everybody else is living it too, because we do eat entirely too much gluten, and that's a story for another day. But they sent gluten-free snacks and cute little minis. I'm also not supposed to be eating sugar, but here's limited sugar in some of these things. This is chocolate, dark chocolate covered cacao nibs, and almonds in the shell, which, by the way, Thomas looked at this and he said, what's wrong with these almonds? I didn't realize I've never bought him almonds in the shells before. So he'll get to crack those, which is cool. And because I am a tea lover, got me a happy little tea so I can have breakfast in Paris. Isn't that lovely? So that will be fun. And I'll have this afternoon, as a matter of fact. I've been waiting to open it until I showed y'all my goodies. So those were the snacks. And then I got some funny cards. You know that they love dogs. And I have a dog. I have a dog, of course, that I love. And the card says, seriously, have a great birthday. After you see that, seriously. And look at the name of the card, Mooning Duck. And then the other one, it's this cat, and he's wearing a sweater vest. And it says, I was worried you weren't going to get a birthday card with a cat wearing a sweater on it. So here. I'm sorry. It's our humor. I thought it was great. So besides a cat, knitted vest, perfect, huh? Oh, and speaking of that, my aunt sent a great card. Let me go get that. Now this is a line of cards, I think, from American Greetings. Boofle. You see him? He's a little knitted dog. Look at him. Wouldn't you love to have the pattern for that precious face? But it says, sorry this card is a bit squashed, but I put in a big hug for your birthday. And it has him in there. But on the back, it says, Grandpa's favorite sweater was old and frayed, but Grandma knew something more could be made. She started to sew on that cold winter's night, and Boofle was born to the children's delight. Boofle was all that a cute pup should be, a lovable friend for you and for me. So I wonder if you could actually buy Boofles, but I think as knitters we would love to buy that pattern, wouldn't we? So cute. It's American Greetings. I said that, didn't I? Sorry. Now, I want to try to show you this bag. It's canvas, so it's really sturdy. And then the top has a nice zip right here to close all your stuff in. But the inside, I hope you can see this. Being black, it might be hard. This is the pouch. It's not removable. It just flaps around in there. But look, you have a pocket with a Velcro closure right here. And then an open pocket right here where I'm putting my fingers. And then a zipper pocket right here that's, of course, this size. Very handy thing. And of course, you know, you could use this for whatever normal people use it for, but my first instinct is to put yarn stuff in it and carry it all around. And speaking of which, I still have my easy scarf. I'm sorry, we have a cat emergency over here. What happened? I'm not quite sure what that was all about. Calico looked like she was charging the door, and Bentley was on the other side of the door, and, well, anyway. Okay, so, yes, my easy scarf. I'm still working on that. I got angry at myself because I made some mistakes in that second half of it, and so I just put it down so that I would stop fretting over it. So I need to pick it up and finish it. Because I just really want that thing. Oh, I forgot to show you this. This came on it too. It's like a, well, I don't know what it is. I guess it's like a big wooden charm that hangs on the side on the handle. You take the tag off, obviously, but it's just a decoration, which I love. So thank you, Erin and Kristen. Last week, when I was showing all that stuff that I had done, people were saying, wow, you sure have a lot of stuff. You work fast. You've been busy. But you have to remember that that was over 2 weeks, and each of those projects was really fast, short, brief projects to complete. So that's why it looked like it was a lot. I had used my adding machine. I had used the big giant P hook making those hats, which I did upload a tutorial for, the big bulky, super bulky scrap hats. So yeah, so those were quick and easy, and it just looked like a lot when I actually you know, had done that over 2 weeks. I totally forgot that I had done this cowl. It's the birthday cake cowl, and again I just used individual skeins of yarn to create the striping. It's a 12-row repeat. I probably did not pick the best places to change. Yeah, that's the side you should be looking at. I probably didn't pick the best places to change colors because, you know, it puts the lace looking part here at the top of a color change, which probably wasn't right, but it's okay. And I totally messed up. I didn't put any pearls in the whites, but since the white is in the middle, it looks different, and we can all live without it. So there you go. But I will do a matching hat with this, probably on the Addy, doing the stripes. It may be too much. I think I may prefer a white hat with a multicolor palm on the top. So we'll see how the feeling strikes me when I get to that. This is my friend Rose, and she has a channel name that I can't pronounce, but I'm going to put a link in the description box below. But she is so talented, and she's done a series of character hats. Here's Spongebob with the matching booties. So cute. Go check her out. Now I'll leave you with this scene of our neighbors coming to visit here, and Bentley trying to be so cool, but he's scared to death. He's trotting straight for Mama. It's okay, Bent. Make some friends.